Hi everyone, welcome to this week's astrology and tarot reading. This is going to be for the 24th through to the 30th of September 2018. So once again, we have a lot going on with the astrology, and one of the big things happening this week is there is a full moon in the sign of Aries. So if you're someone that's born at the very beginning of Aries, or if you know your chart and you have early degree Aries in your chart, sun, moon or rising, you could be triggered this week with the full moon. Reason why I say that is because it's making a conjunction with Chiron. Now, even if you're not born at the beginning of Aries or have early degrees of Aries in your chart, if you have anything at early degrees of Capricorn, Libra or Cancer, you will still be affected because it will create an angle towards those signs as well if they're early. This energy with the Aries full moon is about intensity, it's about passion, it's about also it can stir up some difficult emotions. It can stir up some, in some people, it could be selfish energy or very strong anger that gets escalated. It could be related to relationships as well, because the opposite sign of Aries is Libra, and we have the sun just going into Libra this week. So with the sun just moving into Libra this week and the full moon in Aries, it really brings a strong polarity between these two energies, which are opposite. And Aries is about the individual, Libra is about relationships. So here is sort of a clash of energy this week between, you know, what an individual may want for themselves and the need to compromise in relationships. So it's that type of energy. Also, I want to say, because of the conjunction with Chiron, Chiron is all about our inner wounds and, you know, wounds that we have from early in this life, from our childhood or even past life. So this is still work that, you know, is work that we need to do, especially people that are aware. And, you know, as you work on these issues and you sort of are honest with yourself, which is very much an Aries energy, you can confront within yourself these wounds. And, you know, it kind of brings to me the idea or the thought of a saying that is like a quote. It's something along the lines of, it is not your fault what has happened to you, but it is your responsibility to take charge of that, in a way, as, you know, something along those lines. It's like, you can't help what happened to you as a child. If that was hurtful to you, that was a karmic thing that happened to you, or, you know, it's something that your soul wanted to work through in some way. But now as an adult, you can say, okay, you know, maybe I am dysfunctional in my relationships. Maybe I feel that, you know, I have some kind of issues from my childhood that I am bringing to my current relationships, fears, insecurities, whatever they are. And, you know, using this energy of the full moon conjunct Chiron to sort of not just get triggered and just be like, oh, I'm triggered, great, you know, and then sort of spill that out or project that onto others, but kind of go, okay, I'm being triggered. What is this about for me? What is the core message here? You know, what is the pattern here in my relationships and or within myself in my life? So, you know, it can be about your identity. It can be about empowerment, because Aries is a very empowered energy. And it's definitely to do with relationships and your own individual identity and having some kind of lessons around this. So this Aries full moon, it's going to be quite intense. People are going to feel the energy very strongly. You can have trouble sleeping, or for some people it can bring headaches because Aries rules the head. So yeah, it's going to be intense, and it's going to be over the today and tomorrow. Okay. Also, this is the period of the equinox, so the sun, you know, just moving into Libra. This is the time of fall, autumn, whatever you call it, in the northern hemisphere. And in the southern hemisphere, it's springtime. So the seasons, you know, are going through a big shift. So it's an interesting time as well. With the sun in Libra, you know, the sun is not well placed in the sign of Libra. It can be overly concerned in a way about other people to the detriment of itself. So again, you know, it's about balance. It's about balancing what your needs are with other people's needs, and not being too much in other people's needs and not being too selfish. So it's not easy to strike that balance, but that's what's coming to our awareness. So definitely relationship energy, love, romance, equality, with the sun going into Libra, and the sun opposite Chiron also square with Saturn this week. It's a bit like a bit of an ouch energy on a psychological, emotional level. So we will be tested this week, especially early born, as I said, early born Aries. Sorry if the camera was shaking there. Early born Aries, Cancers, Librans, and Capricorns. Okay. So I think those were the main points. I mean, there's other things going on as well, but those are the main things that I wanted to mention. Also, just quickly, we are in the shadow period of Venus retrograde. So, again, Venus is about relationships, so there's a big focus on relationships at this time. But just be aware that, you know, there could be a lot going on in your life, especially if you're a Scorpio or Taurus, because the Venus or Libra, because the Venus retrograde is in Scorpio. Venus rules Taurus and Libra. And it's triggering a lot of deep emotions to do with soulmates and relationship connections and things like this. But when Venus is retrograde, it's not the best time to make very heavy decisions in your love life, or, you know, unless it's something that you've been thinking about for a long time prior to the shadow period of the retrograde. So the retrograde doesn't start till October and it goes through to November, but the shadow period extends, you know, longer. So the main thing is not to make huge decisions in love unless, as I said, it's been coming on for a long time. So just kind of take a wait and see approach and observe, you know, your relationships, what's going on, how you feel, and sort of allow yourself to go through the process. So I'm just going to have a look at some cards for this week for everybody. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, turnaround time 7 to 14 business days. I will be closing my shop at some stage, let me see, in the next, few days, because it's not long till, probably I'll close it by the end of this week at the latest, because not long till school holidays, and once school holidays hits, I've already got a backlog of orders, so I have to balance being a mum and doing readings, so yeah. So anyway, if you want a reading from me, it's best to order early this week if you can. Otherwise, you might be waiting for, you know, a couple of weeks or so. All right. So let's see what we've got for this, the energies of the Aries full moon and the sun in Libra and all the aspects going on. Okay. Just move this. And then I'm going to pick one card from the Unicorn Oracle after this. 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Wands. Okay, so the 2 of Pentacles it's interesting because we have 2 cards related to Pentacles here, which can relate to very practical matters, can relate to relationships, but it's more of dealing with the reality that's in front of you right now. With the 2 of Pentacles, it's about juggling 2 situations. You know, for some people, there could be 2 relationships in your life, or someone you know is involved in 2 relationships, or, you know, something along those lines. And again, it can be highlighting what I was talking about before, the relationship with yourself and the relationship to others, and juggling your needs with the needs of another person. That's another thing. It can also relate to money and having to be careful with money at this time. So not overspending and not kind of, you know, buying huge items that, you know, have a high risk with them. And that does relate to being in the Venus retrograde shadow period as well. The 3 of Pentacles is talking about a situation where, you know, you might be uncertain, but it's saying that there is growth here for you in this situation. And it may not be an easy situation with the 9 of Wands next to it, but it shows that some kind of perseverance energy is around this situation because of a need to learn something from it on a spiritual level. So it could be a relationship, it could be a work situation, you know, it could be to do with soulmates, could be anything that is quite significant though in your life. The 9 of Wands here is about sort of feeling a bit beaten down by situations, and for some people it could be a work situation with the 3 of Pentacles next to it, though for some people, as I said, it's a relationship. I do feel for someone or several someone's, this is career related, I'm getting it really strongly. You could be feeling beaten down by your work situation for some people, but the advice here is to persevere at this time and not give up just yet. I mean, always listen to your own intuition, you know, over what any reader tells you, because you, at the end of the day, have to make your own decisions. You can't rely on, you know, purely going off what a reading says. A reading is just for guidance and information, and what, you know, you have free will. What you do with that information is your own decision, of course. But from this reading here, what I'm getting is, and it does make sense to me with the Venus retrograde, because Venus is not only about relationships, it's about finances as well. And it's saying it's not the best time to give up on a situation, okay? Even if it's not ideal for you and you're juggling a lot of things and you just feel you're going back and forth in some way, or, you know, it could be back and forth, do I stay, do I go, relationship or finance related, work related, career related. This is saying don't give up. It's saying persevere at this time, because there might be some unseen factors, things that you don't know that are coming up in the future. And this is, as I said, it's about perseverance, it's about not giving up, even though you feel quite tired of the struggle, you know. But yet I'm getting there are a lot of lessons in this situation for you. So let things be. Don't try and force situations, whether it's a relationship or a work situation, career situation. But just keep putting one foot in front of the other is what I'm getting from this. Let's have a look at a card from the Oracle of the Unicorns. Let's see what other messages there are for us for this week. Alright, so it'd be good if we could get a message for, especially about the full moon, because it's conjunct Chiron, which is pretty intense. So if something comes through related to that, that would be good, I think. Something at the back here. Oh, wow, I love that. Oh, gosh. And I also wanted to look at the bottom of the deck, which I sometimes do. It's the Strength card. I don't know if you can see that now. And I pulled this card a while back on my Instagram as well. So you can find me on Instagram under Susan Starlight, and the links are below this video. But I did pull this card from my Instagram not long ago. So the energy is obviously still around to do with needing a lot of strength to deal with. Especially I'm getting, with the Strength card, again, I'm just getting career, work and relationships. But this is a beautiful message here. Look at this. It says miracle. So, I mean, really, like, such a great card. And what this card really gives me is there's a feeling of hope here. It's like, you know what, you don't have to control every little detail of your life, even though you may think you do. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, and I'm getting the word grace here and synchronicity. So it's about trusting that your intuition is correct about something that is to do with change, positive change in your life. That's what I'm getting. And there are forces working for you behind the scenes. So have faith in that. And the card actually says, have faith that your miracle is on its way. Your prayers have been answered. Surrender the how, I think it says. Yeah, surrender the how. Okay, so that actually came up last week about not having to know how things are going to work out just at this time, but just being the flow of things, being the moment, and things will be revealed in time. But, you know, the Aries full moon is going to make us feel quite impatient in a lot of ways. And as I said, those cardinal signs, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn and Aries, you guys are going to feel very impatient under this energy. So just, you know, try to sort of take a bigger picture perspective about what's going on in your life at this time, and try to sort of do things for yourself where you can feel some enjoyment, you know, so that you get out of your head and kind of more into the flow of life, okay? So that was the reading for the week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic week, everyone. Bye.